Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today I'm going to be unboxing this CYBERGUN Tactical AK. Hey guys, and welcome back. If you do enjoy this content today, please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing, because you're going to really help me get seen by the YouTube algorithms, which helps the channel grow. If you do want to support the channel a little bit more, channel memberships are enabled, just 99p a month. Join button down below, totally optional, massively appreciated. You guys will get your own custom videos, your own custom giveaways and a private chat section on my Discord. Lastly, but not leastly, there is a Linktree link down below in the description that takes you to all of my socials, including my Discord, which is a really great community if you did want to come and join us. So today, I have a massive fan of AKs, as most of you already know, and we've got another AK. So a good thanks to a good friend of mine that has let me unbox this for him and to have a look at. So this is listed as a JG branded CYBERGUN AK. So we're looking at a bit of a tactical AK, as it were, in there. So the box itself is pretty damn cool. We've got Miklai there, 60-year anniversary. Most famous weapon of the 20th century. We've got a little bit about the gun, so steel gears, metal front section, foldable vert grip, nylon fibre foldable stock, apparently. Wow. I mean, the box itself is pretty damn heavy. Seeing about 3 kilograms suggested. So some fair weight in there. Really quite weighty. Got a bit of CYBERGUN. I'm sure I've just seen a sticker that says free extra magazine. Battery in there as well. Plain polystyrene tray, but the top cover is pretty nice. So let's get that out of there. The box has arrived, unfortunately, a little bit beat up. We did pick this up from Airsoft World. I'm guessing that's the courier's fault, but the polystyrene's done its job and kept that safe. About 160-ish pounds this was from there. So polythene in there. This was already opened. We haven't opened this. So nice little manual in there, nice bit of English, showing you how to fill the mag, load the mag, fit the battery, hop-up adjustment, sight adjustment, general use, and it all matches the actual current thing as well. So quite a nice little manual. So there she is. Now that is pretty damn tactical, cool. I'll get those out of the way. So in the box there, we've got a European style charger, which will never see the light of day again. We've got a mag winding key, and is that a front and side adjustment tool as well? Put those back in, that back in there, those out the way. We've got an AEG high-end battery. The fact that it tells me it's high-end suggests to me it's possibly not high-end at all. Charge the battery no more than 5 hours. So standard charge 16 hours at 110 milliamps. Charge rapid 3 to 4 hours at 300 milliamps. This charger outputs 300 milliamps, so it's a faster charge. I'll be honest, I wouldn't expect an awful lot out of this. I will chrono it, rate of fire check with that battery. Little sling in there as well. We have seen these before. These are great, but the metal on the connector is very weak and will break. I'm actually getting quite excited now about getting this out. Fold that back under there. We have got not one mag, which is cool. I do like the waffly style mag. That's cool. But 2 mags. That is pretty damn good. That is packaged in there. So that is 2 high caps that are included in the box as default. So let's get this bad boy out and have a look at it. Now, it does weigh every bit of 3 kilograms. I'm going to take the box out of the way. Now, there is some heft to that. A little bit of wobble in the front grip there, nothing too bad. Now initially, I don't know, I was really impressed. It is cool. I mean, I'm not a tactical AK of this style. I'd go more 74 if I was going tactical. So we'll start at the front then and we'll have a look at things. That is obviously moving about, which shouldn't do. Might just remove that. So we've got metal front sight with our little muzzle brake there, which is on a negative 14mm negative thread under there. I'm sure we all know what that means. We've got a metal outer barrel, metal gas block. We've got our nylon fibre grip, so we've got a tactical rail on top there to get your sights on the front if you want one, and one underneath that comes with the fold invert grip, which I do quite like that. I think it suits the styling of this particular AK. So that just clicks in this button here and it flips open, click it again and it goes back. It does stay there, it doesn't lock anywhere but there and closed. That's quite a nice little accessory in there. So you got your rear sight there, the front sight is adjustable, so there was a key included in the box. It is an adjustable type, so the key sits on there and you just twist it left or right to raise it or lower it. We've then got almost like a rubberized metal cover on top there. That is a plastic or polymer, whichever you prefer, receiver there, but it does solid. There's not really any movement in that at all. With Kalashnikov on there, AK-47 Kalashnikov, we have got a plastic hop unit. I can see that it is a metal gearbox in there. I am loving, genuinely loving, the tactical AK grip. That is so comfortable to hold, nicely shaped and moulded to get your hands in there. We've got quite a big block. See, at first opening this, I actually thought this was going to be metal, but that is actually nylon fibre. That is a plastic stock which locks in place solidly. Now, there is a little bit of side-to-side movement there. I would be worried about throwing that around when it's stuck in your shoulder. Potentially could be a point of weakness, or potentially is a point of weakness. But to unlock it and lock it back in place, it just pulls down and round and back again. It does seem to swing nicely and lock into position there. There's obviously some sort of working somewhere in there that does that, and then it swings back round and locks in place. Now with this nylon fibre, your good as guess as mine at how long that will last, but that's a pretty solid piece of nylon fibre. I would be interested to see how that attachment looks like inside. So all in all, other than this clicking about, the selector quite nicely sits into position as you'd expect. There's the hop unit, a little bit squeaky. It's not quite the awesomeness sound that you would hope for. We've even got some little side rails as well, which are perfect for a flashlight. I do feel at times that AKs could do with more of this on occasion. Not always, because I do like that pure AK-47 wooden metal look. It is nice, and I do like the 74 with the polymer solidness without any rails on as well. But there is a time and a place when this is totally needed and acceptable. So quite nice weight to it. Let's have a look. Mag in quite nicely. Now, see, that's selling it to me. The mag is selling it to me. Maybe the little bit more P-mag styling might look a little bit even more trendier in there and tactical, but that is definitely selling itself to me at the minute. I am quite liking that. So, in general, no real movement, no real sort of creaking other than really when I'm, even then there's not much in it. Quite impressed with that actually, considering that there's so much sort of polymer stuff in there. It's actually pretty damn solid. In all honesty, it just looks like a CM028, and it probably is a CM028. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and chrono it, range check it and everything, and come back and we will see where we were up to with it. 10.6. About 14.7, 14.8. Ooh. 18 and a half. 384 minimum, 393 maximum. So I am back then, range check then. So as we typically find with sort of JG based stuff internally, first few shots were a little bit all over the place, and then it settled down and it bedded in. Whatever crap was in the barrel sort of cleared out enough, and we were easily getting over 40 meters. Pretty damn accurately as well. I don't know what kind of stuff JG do, but I always seem to find that for me personally, they always just seem to shoot really nice out of the box with no real effort. Chrono then 384 FPS to 393, so that's going to have something done to it for UK usage, but for elsewhere in the world, you know, it's perfectly acceptable, as most places have higher FPSs than UK do. Rate of fire then, not blowing me away on a 7.4, just 10.6 rounds a second. That said, I know there's a big buzz around high rates of fire, but it only takes one BB to take somebody out. So, you know, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? And this was done using the typical 11.1 and 7.4 volt new prol lipos that I use. On an 8.4 NIM type then, the VP Racing one, we're getting 12.6. It definitely sounded a little bit beefier and a little bit nicer on that. Again, though, the MA milliamp hours is not as high as a lipo is, which ends up in a smaller form factor. So you're going to end up running more than one of those in a day. 9.6 then jumped up, sort of just over 14 and a half rounds a second, a little bit better, nicer. The 11.1 was, obviously it came alive basically, 18 and a half rounds a second, and it was really hammering those rounds out. I was really quite happy. That for me is where I would hope it would be, is around that 18 and a half rounds per second. So it's pretty damn happy with the range. Obviously it is what it is for the sort of the FPS, but the rate of fire, particularly on the 11.1, was pretty damn good as well. So I'm pretty damn happy with that. The weight of it, the solidness of it, it's kind of like a little bit of a dark horse. I know the real ones generally wouldn't have the Kalashnikov on there, but I do like that, a little bit of an affinity to Mikhail himself. I am liking it more and more. The more I handle it, the more I'm actually getting to sort of like, yeah, man. My only gripe, I think now, is just how long that stock is. Despite being a bit built for comfort, I like quite short stocks. Like an AR style stock is the perfect length for me, because I feel I can get it in my shoulder perfectly. And on an AK, I think they work really well as well to get that shoulder in. So for me personally, with that stock extended out, that is pretty damn long, and particularly if I add on my webbing as well, shoulder straps, that's bordering on a little bit uncomfortable for me. Not unusable, just uncomfortable for me. And it is making it a pretty long boy, pretty damn long overall. Fold that stock in, you're going to lose easy access to your selector, and it is a bit of a pain. It does impede on your trigger finger a little bit, because it's just slightly awkwardly in the way, just making your hand feel a little bit comfortable. With gloves on there as well, which we'll test in a minute, that is going to feel a little bit awkward. But generally speaking, it's not often we change fire modes from full auto anyway when we're running AK, because we're always on the attack. Pretty damn happy, to be fair. I would have liked a little bit lower price on it maybe, but then I am spoilt by the prices from Taiwan Gun and places like that. So, you know, in terms of UK prices, 150, 160 pound is not horrific really. You are getting quite a lot of gun for that money really. The only thing I think longer term I would have liked on it really is a metal receiver, which is a fair point, I suppose, isn't it, really, that, then it's going to have a little bit more longevity to it, particularly if you're going to use it and abuse it and throw it around a little bit. So the guy that sent me this to unbox, it's his fault. He wanted this to do a Mosul-based loadout, I believe, off the Netflix series, which I've not seen yet, but it assures me is excellent, so I'll go and give that a watch. But it is growing on me, massively growing on me. So I'll be looking forward to it in the next video, opening it up to see what it's like in there. So, gloved use then. Unfortunately, we are in the middle of a big sort of renovation in our house process, so I can't actually find my normal gloves. I seem to lose something every single week. So I have got Pheas Junior's gloves, which are a touch too small for me, but they are definitely bulky enough to make this work. So in terms of the gun then, if I got the sight key, I definitely could adjust the front sight. The front vert grip is very easily adjustable with or without gloves. I'll come back to that in a minute because that's a bit of an annoyance for me. The magazine, very easily in and out. Charging handle again, selector, absolutely no issues whatsoever. Even the stock is easy to operate and work on. I haven't got an issue with that at all. The magazine, in terms of reloading it, even that is easy enough. Now, I know a lot of people dislike high caps. Okay, I totally get it. And I'm hit and miss. And I know people like even less having winding keys, but there is a time and a place for them, particularly start of the day, if you're in the safe zone, winds them up so much quicker. I have in the past, I'm not even gonna lie, sort of had one attached to my webbing and just plugged it back in, between games if we've stayed out and things like that. And it's just made life easy. So I do like that they open that up if you want to use it. It is, it can be highly useful. The fact that you get 2 high caps with it as well, I do quite like, to be honest. Performance is not setting the world on fire, but then would we expect it to for the price it costs? It is a sort of not a mega high-end gun, so the performance is exactly where I would hope it to be. If anything, the range and accuracy out of the box is probably above what I would expect it to be at that sort of price range, really. So I'm quite happy with that. In terms of this gas rod, I just think it needs, let's see if I can get it out. I mean, it does come all the way forward, and there we go. There we go. It's my bad forgetting that it should go in there. Come on, Pheas. In my defence, it's 11 o'clock at night. So that is actually much less of an issue now, and I'm going to shut up and wind my neck in. Excuse me. So that is growing on me massively. I am liking it. We'll just have a look under the cover there. So you have got a mini Tamiya. It's one of those things possibly would like to have a Dean's on there, and it is the TM style disassembly, which will be a separate video. But all in all, fairly solid little piece of kit. I am quite liking it. If you've got one of these, I would be interested in you dropping me a comment to let me know how it's running for you, how have you found it, if you've done anything to it. I would be interested in that. And other than that, I think that's me done and dusted. I will leave the usual photos at the end. Please do remember to like, comment and subscribe, because those interactions are really going to help me get seen by the YouTube algorithm. And other than that, thanks very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.